To war, then. Feel what I've begun.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Nothing Berries. House of Dragons Season 2, Episode 5. I don't even know which one this is titled now.
I know, we don't forget the titles on ours.
They wait until like 2 days after.
No, they've been uploading them.
Really?
Yeah. I'm your host, Nadia. As always, I'm joined by the lovely panel you see before me. I am very sick. I thought I was better yesterday, but I have fallen back. And since this episode had nothing berries, this might be a very short and sweet stream. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching with us. We're actually going to just jump right into spoilers for the show. I will tell you, there is still a poll going on the YouTube side. Who won this round? Team Black, Team Green, and Christian Cole keeps failing upwards. So go ahead and come on over, hit that like button, and subscribe. Say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Harissa. I want you on the panel, girl. Like, you know your stuff. Get you, Lady, and Kayla, and just let you guys go. Jacob, always good to see you. Shield Wall.
What up?
We've got Wiener going on.
Wiener, chicken
Sassy. Hey guys, hail to the dragons. Not this episode. All right. So shall we? Okay, again, it's going to be spoilers for both the show and the book, guys, as we get into this. And I don't know how much talking I'll be doing. So good thing I have this amazing panel. So let me pull up the...
Yeah, Nadia. So it's called Regent is the official title.
Yep.
Yeah, Nadia, you deserve some credit for your intro, by the way. A lot of credit. Like, if the show was as interesting and exciting as that intro, I would be a lot happier.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe HBO should hire me for season 3, at least for their opener.
Yeah, I don't know about that burn makeup either. They need some help, but we'll get there.
Okay. So this is post the episode of losing Renice. Hey, look, I said her name right.
Right.
And the aftermath of that, which I thought we were going to get some big scenes, but I guess not.
Nope. Corliss cries.
Crying.
Yeah, Corliss cries. Yeah. But I actually watched the after thing, and that tears actually was not scripted. That's from the actor.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. I mean, I'll give it to them. She has a legitimate reason for crying. So.
Yeah.
I mean, lost his wife, his kids.
Salton Sea was significant of his salty tears, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Don't make me laugh, man. I'm gonna lose a lung.
Sorry.
I mean, I thought he would be more pissed off, like, because Corley seems like
yeah.
I mean, I understand why he's crying, but at this point, like during war, and I would expect him to be really angry. His wife just got killed.
Dude, this motherfucker has been gentled.
Oh.
Like, can Corliss get his nuts back at some point? Like,
hey, Jacob. No, I agree with Alex.
Yeah, I agree with you. I expected him to be angry. I mean,
yeah.
Like this, those grief stages, like you just skip to the end or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like we should have seen a little bit of that too at some point in the episode, like just some rage. I mean, maybe they're saving it for the following episode. I don't know, but I feel like if anyone's ever lost someone in general, like you do have some sort of rage within you. You know, I mean, obviously, like the sorrow part is natural.
Yeah.
But I mean, in times of war, though, like you got to have some sort of anger, you know, like and display it and use it accordingly. It's like kind of harnessing that anger to the war's benefit. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's been kind of the theme right now. Is like, you know, during war, you don't have time to grieve. That's been a problem. It's like you're too busy. It's like that's what Damon was initially telling Rhaenyra. You know, while you're being a grieving mother, they're getting stronger.
Yep.
And then we have our queen Rhaenyra. Shot of, I don't know why they included this shot, to be honest. It kind of led to nothing.
Because she is also sad about Rhaenys.
Is this her sadness?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking to see. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Okay. And then I thought this episode was interesting though, because I know quite a few go basically fuck Team Black and Team Green. We're for the small folk and
Yeah.
dragon seeds and such.
Yeah.
So I guess this is kind of laying those seeds, of the uprising, I guess, with them not having access to food and fighting each other like this.
They don't really like have an uprising. It's just showing them. It's like they have this sort of like populism thread going with Lady Misery there. She's just going on and on about the small folk and the child fighting pits. And this is, I mean, they did let have lock the people in King's Landing and want them to leave. But I don't know. Like, did anyone else think the lighting in these scenes were like really weird?
Yeah.
It was
too
like
much.
Too much. It was too bright. Like
As it was bright
grading or something. It looked weird. It didn't look like the rest of the show.
Yeah, it wasn't consistent from this part to the next part where Alicent was standing on top of the tower.
I think it has to do because this head is definitely CGI'd in.
Yeah,
definitely.
It could be that.
Yeah.
It could be whatever they've been doing with in post to CGI this head in.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a good call out.
The one good thing about this scene I did like those seeing the crowd. The crowd is like aghast and they're like, oh, they're shocked. Like they expect them to be cheering them on. The whole crowd's just silent, like, oh shit, like a dragon just was killed. Even until line gets brought up where dragons. I thought the dragons were gods.
Yeah.
So far in House of Dragon, we haven't seen a dragon die yet. And the scene one being on display in front of the whole crowd, plus with its head cut off, it's more of like, oh shit, these things are not immortal. Okay. Damn.
Or more like just
they're just
like,
meat.
Or they're just killing things, like they're killing each other now, and they know it's not going to be good for them.
I was going to say, once you see the dead dragon, you kind of got to know, oh god, we're going to get set on fire, aren't we? We're just going to be having dinner.
Doom's coming for us.
Daenerys is going to fly by and char us all. Yeah.
I also like the fact that in this scene, Christian Cole thought he was going to be welcomed with open arms and cheered for, almost as if he's a hero, when he's not realizing that with people starving and seeing how things are moving towards, and now we have a dragon's head, this is a bad omen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Christian Cole thinking he's failing upwards.
Well, like you said, Nadia, it's also on top of people starving. Now they're seeing a dead dragon head. Now like there's babies being killed. Plus the rat catchers, the bodies are still on display. Everyone's looking around like this is the end of days.
That black omen they talk about. It's like this isn't good.
Yeah, I think part of this, and he did get scolded a little bit for this. This is just Christian Cole just not being royalty or leadership. And he's like, oh, this will be cool. And then everybody's like, are you an idiot? Like, this is the symbol of our immortality and our power. This is what makes people think that we're different than they are.
True.
Don't be doing this bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it at that point. It doesn't matter if it affects Rhaenyra. It affects them because now it shows that any dragon, even Vhagar under Team Green, could be killed. They're not immortal. They're not gods.
Mm-hmm.
Well, plus, I mean, I won't skip too far ahead, but it from the people's standpoint, like, boy, when King Viserys was here, dragons weren't being killed. Maybe if Rhaenyra was queen, dragons wouldn't be getting killed.
Yep.
Look how smug this little shit looks like, man.
Him and his frail
Tim.
body.
Right.
Meat's back in the menu, boys.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Sorry. I'll quote that movie all day.
Yeah, definitely. That's the good part. What the hell is up with this? I mean, there's a person in there.
They're obviously hiding his body, right?
I know they're hiding it, but like, God, dude, give him like something, maybe a couch or a pillow.
Well, yeah, because they were broadcasting how Aegon was the one to defeat Rhaenys. That's how it's being said. So it's Aegon is some big champion. He's some tough guy, and they don't want to see what actually happened to him. So if the crowd sees the king just got his ass kicked, it's gonna like lower morale.
Well, obviously,
but there's ways to do this that are more
he made.
that look better than jamming him in a fucking meat crate. Like,
Well,
Or
my
just
thought
sneak
was
him in a different way.
exactly. There's more than one way
Yeah.
into King's Landing. Like we know this because of Game of Thrones. So why not do something similar? Like it's not on public display, but people could be going, "Who is that? Is that the is that Rhaenys? Is that someone else? Is that our Lord Aegon?" Like, I mean, people, and the small folk would be talking amongst themselves and kind of just coming up with ideas, right? Because that's say what normal people would do in a town.
True.
So they kind of just almost screwed themselves a little bit, and then like the funny thing later on in the episode is they announce the king regent, right?
Yeah.
As Aemon. So they go, oh damn, that was Aegon in the car getting strolled through our freaking town. All right, cool.
I want to know the distance too. How long did it take them to get from King's Landing to Rook's Rest? So how long has this kid been in the box?
It's probably like 2 weeks he's been there. Just cooking.
Right.
Nobody attending to him? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
They dumped milk
It would
and
make
coffee
more
into his mouth.
sense to try to take him to Rook's Rest and to like try to remove all the stuff there and get him fixed up.
Yeah.
So he's been 2 weeks sitting in his armor.
I'm very curious.
I know that's weird. It's like they should have. I think they just in the book. It doesn't really say it. Just he sort of like disappears for a couple of like months, and people don't know anything about him. What happened?
Let's figure this out.
Lady B.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so it's saying that it's in the Crown Lands, right? So Crown Lands is relatively close to King's Landing, so
Yeah.
maybe a day or two's ride. But I mean,
I want to say
regardless, it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there are like major thoroughfares that I mean, there's some rough traveling you got there.
Yeah, that smell must be rancid and gross.
Yep.
Yeah, plus
So I actually like.
He's been cooking in
this
that
shot.
armor too.
I know you're gonna get you're gonna need a tetanus shot, bro.
I thought this shot is very well done.
Here,
Here.
show me map. Stop looking at the map. Sorry, we're looking at a Westeros map, trying to get some travel sign.
You're okay. So they bring him into his chambers.
Oh,
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
I liked that shot though, for kind of like low key worried.
Yeah, that was cool.
She's still a piece of shit mother. I'm sorry. She still is.
Yeah, I didn't think
no.
Yeah. I think this is not worried. I think she's realizing what she's like. The last couple episodes, she's like, oh, fuck, what did I do? But now it's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
What did I do? So.
What's the stake here? There's some stakes finally. Sort of.
Yeah.
It's always one thing
one
hearing
child
about it
that-
versus seeing it.
I'll say the effects on the skin are pretty good.
So I'm gonna actually say that I disagree. Like, is this the same show that provided us the crab feeder and decrepit Viserys last season? Like, this seemed
That's
a little
true.
soft to me. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it from a burn, and then you have the armor that's melted into his skin, causing that.
Yeah,
So
literally weird.
yeah, but when they pulled the armor off him and you kind of got the shot of his face, like, he didn't even look like Dark Knight Two-Face.
You don't even look like burnt
No,
Anakin.
his face looks pretty clean. I'm talking about the body. The face, for some reason, how is it only 1/3 of his face completely burnt? When his entire, like, that helmet should have been burnt right into his skull with dragon fire like that. Just my thoughts.
Should have been a super fucked up face.
Like, do you need some more white in these burns? I'm just knowing because I've had a 3rd-degree burn before and it was pretty gnarly.
But like, even his thighs are completely clear.
He broke his leg though.
Yeah.
Is the context like high Valyrian steel just protected him from 3rd-degree burns from like dragon fire? I mean, like
maybe.
Could
it's
be,
still, it's still wild though. Like to Lady B's point, like anyone that's seen bad burns, like with anything, like
really,
you're gonna get some crazy and gnarly looking scars there.
Yep.
Okay, so Rook's Rest to King's Landing is about 500 miles.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's about like that's
350.
350. Yeah.
That's still. I mean, you know,
A couple days.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, at least
a good
week.
good army moving quickly does about 20 miles a day. So you're talking 17 days.
Doesn't specify in the book. I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe Aemon put
The
him on
only
the
other
back of his
time they go
dragon.
there is like when they talk about
Right? I mean, that seems like it'd
John
be the-
Connington and Rhaegar. That's like their little moment spot.
Then we have Aemon, who's like, "Hey, by the way, I really don't care about my brother, but somebody's gonna have to take his rule instead."
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the council for making the right choice for once.
Yeah, like that was just, oh my god. And why was she all like, I want to be queen? This is Mrs. I didn't want to get involved with this since forever. And all of a sudden, oh, I want to be queen. Okay.
Kristen Cole just
make a
cleaning
joke.
his swords.
Kristen Cole found his nuts for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was cool for two.
I forgot. Someone said in the chat. I think it was Shield that said this, but I don't think Cole was that much of a bitch this episode. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still a bitch.
I mean,
Like this bug, not Cole. Yep.
We have not forgotten the other 4 episodes in the last season,
No.
but like it's interesting. Like Austin and I were talking during the episodes. Like he has PTSD, and you see it, frequently in this episode, and he does not give her straight answers here whatsoever, and he's just like super focused on cleaning the sword. And it's like, what about Aemon? And he's like, I could not say what Aemon did. It's like we know you saw what Aemon did though. Like, so it's like, come on now.
Oh, he got passed out. He got knocked out.
Yeah,
but he did see him, I guess, fire breathing. But my concern with this is him having PTSD is an even bigger excuse to turn him into a complete bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it on this. Just continue talking. I just need to get some cold medicine. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Back to the small council.
I was gonna say, so we did the thing again where this dude standing at the end of the table is right, makes an excellent point, but then punctuates it with something that's minorly sexist, but also probably right. And so Rhaenyra decides to stunt on him, and we just ignore the completely valid points that he makes.
What did she say? She's like, you haven't seen war either through this lifetime when my father was in rule, and it's like, all right, that was a interesting clap back there, Rhaenyra, but like his points are still valid.
He said it is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore has not been much privy.
Yeah, like it's
war.
I think initially you're looking at this council of men who would be warriors or leaders or generals of some kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we can make comparisons from like the A Song of Ice and Fire books about people who had seen war and have sat on councils. They say similar things and have said similar things, like the Baratheons, Stark, Lannisters, right? They've all been on councils. They all say the same thing that Sir Alfred is saying. So from what we know as book readers and show viewers, we agree that Sir Alfred is making the right points here and is contributing to the right strategies to help win this war. But she is just like, but my father in peace. And it's like, yeah, but we're not in time of peace now.
I know. It's like she keeps making these statements that are so contradictory. It's like if you really cared about these things like you're saying you do now, you never would have declared yourself queen. It's you can't have both. It's silly. And I think they're doing it because again, it goes, oh my gosh, these mean men aren't making me they're doing my job for me. They're not letting me be a strong female character. And I'm just like, you know what? Being a ruler is hard. You have to make hard decisions. You have to command in a war. There's no way getting around this, Rhaenyra, and it's just the indecision and the sort of weakness that she displays just makes her a boring character. I'm so tired of this. And then it's the same thing that just happened with Alicent.
You think they were trying
damn that patriarchy, man.
I think they were trying to maybe get a theme across here with as much as this shit was talked about in this episode. My God.
Pretty much, yeah.
Subtle as a brick to the teeth.
Like, just be loyal to me. Okay, like, what do you want us to do, Rainier? I don't know. I don't want to be mean.
And now dragons are involved, so
Scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like really silly too, because like she starts going on that, and then at the end of the episode, she's like, "Well, somebody has to do something, and I can help. I can get on my dragon. I can fight these people." Okay.
And you can end up just like Aegon did. So
I know, and it's like
pick your poison.
It's like what I'm saying is that the person that it's not compatible with the person that's like, we can't do anything. Like, this is too scary, and you have to let me like just do what I want, and that's nothing. And it's just shut up.
Yeah, it's always weird having a ruler who wants to fight in combat. Like, that's what I liked about King Theoden. King Theoden was the king, but he still pulled out his fucking sword and ride to battle.
Mhm.
And the council, it's like catch-22. They're right. They don't want to lose their best asset, her. But then again, she is their best asset in terms of combat because she's older and she is a dragon rider. She is a fighter. So you can't expect one of your best fighters to just sit around and wait. It's I don't know what the answer is.
I think it's interesting when you look at. I mean, I'm sure you can make real life comparisons too, but strictly speaking, in these types of fictionary tales, there's a stark difference between real leaders and fake leaders, and leaders that have good posture and don't in the toughest of times, and that's kind of why I thought, initially reading A Song of Ice and Fire, where I thought Ned Stark was going to be, or would have been a good candidate for, to sit on the throne, even though he didn't want it. But, I think the same thing where pretty much everyone in this show isn't really fit to be king. Like, I don't think there's a good ruler amongst all the characters that we have right now.
True.
I mean, and it's kind of weird to say, but I think Viserys was the, best king for the entirety of what this show is probably going to consist of moving forward too. But
which is like a show problem. I think that
there
was way better characters in the book, characters that had more initiative and had more like ability, but they're not the same character on the show.
Yeah. Yep. That is true.
Something to be said, if you can't have a small central government, you at least want to have a weak and ineffective central government so that they can't get into your life and ruin it. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, taking shots of Dayquil with Babe Cool is not fun.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Nads. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, Zax is giving you the business in the chat now.
I know. I am not Team Green. I will always be Team Black. There are the rightful queen, Rhaenyra. Anyway. Where are we, guys? Sorry. Should I move forward to Jace?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jace doing shit. Oh, Bayla. Okay, why does Bayla look like Serena Williams? Is it just me?
Why would you assume that, Lady B? Like,
I don't know if she just does. She's like pretty.
Now that
tall.
you said it, yeah. No, yeah. I did not make that contrast.
She doesn't
before.
even look like her sister, and like I don't know.
Yeah, her sister. Yeah, they don't look very much alike.
No.
On it. So Jace is actually finally doing something.
Yeah.
While everybody else is just kind of just sitting around with their dicks in their hands. Just like, oh, we should do this. Oh, but we need Damon. And Jace is like, forget that. I'm going to go negotiate for my mom and try to get over the twin Tullys.
The twins are the twins.
Because she doesn't see him because he's like, I'm tired of sitting around. She's like, well, your mother's protecting you. Yeah, the problem is
the phrase at the twins.
Yeah. What's the problem? Is like you're being a mother, you're not being a queen. It's like your son is a combat warrior. You can't have him just sitting around. He's a dragon rider. He's got to do shit.
Yep.
The twins, the woman reminds me of the Tully in the Game of Thrones
series,
the older woman. Yeah. Is that like on
That
purpose?
attire.
It's like, hey, member berries. Remember when you liked this character in Game of Thrones?
I feel like they do that a lot, and they're like they try to make
That's what I
somebody
thought
look
too.
somewhere, or they like let's just mention this random place. Like the way that the episode ends, I'm like, what? Okay, this is just gonna be member berries so hard. Ah,
Yeah.
but I guess this is kind of a throwback to what happened in Game of Thrones, like when Robb Stark had to cross the neck or cross the twins. I'm sorry, I'm very tired too, and
We'll get there. I'm moving.
Yeah.
We're going.
It just reminded me of that.
This scene annoyed the shit out of me because it
This-
didn't need. No, I was talking about the previous scene because
Oh.
it didn't need to be here. We could have literally just had Jace land at the twins, and we would have
Yeah.
figured out pretty much immediately what he was doing.
I can go with that.
It's the problem is that modern day audience, people think we're stupid. And I have
Yeah.
this problem. I brought it up earlier today, not Game of Thrones related, but they're remaking a Danish horror film that's really good called Speak No Evil. And it was out 2 years ago. And it's
What?
very good. And they're remaking it for westernized audience and putting English. And I'm like, I really hope they're not remaking it and then they're just going to give away the story because they just assume the audience is stupid and they can't put it together. Like the Danish version is so good. It's like one of my favorite from 2022's. Like just read subtitles, guys. Like
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
good. There's no reason to remake it. But in my head, I'm like, they're probably going to give it away instead of just letting it build to the end because they think modern day audiences are stupid and we can't put clues and context together. We
Yeah,
have to be
kinda
told
like
what's
the-
happening.
The remake
Yeah.
of Let the Right One In.
Yeah,
The
which
Hog-
I read that book. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a book. But yeah, the original, like, God, what was it? It's like a Scandinavian movie. It was awesome.
Yeah. By the way, the book is a lot darker.
Ooh.
A lot of really dark themes in that book. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Alex, where it's just
Why
they
are
could
we
have cut
here?
the episode down.
Or cut the
just-
scene to like bye, goodbye, have fun, Jace. I'll be waiting here. I think they're
Because
trying
these
to
two
like
don't have chemistry to me at all.
they don't, but I think they're trying to force some kind of like romantic story on with them. So
Aren't
Yeah.
they betrothed to
Same
each
time.
other?
oh yeah, they are, huh?
Aren't
I
they?
forgot that. Like, yeah, they were betrothed when they
Wow,
were
I
kids.
completely forgot that. Would have not picked that up based on this interaction. She looks like she could post him up and dunk on him.
She's definitely in the WNPA. This scene. Oh my
This
God.
scene annoyed me. Oh my god, don't.
Go for it.
That armor's pretty dope, though.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
like,
looked good. That's cool.
that's true. Shield. I mean, no, Damon looks like a complete badass here.
Yeah.
You know, like like his armor shits all over what Aegon had on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I mean, the part where they skip and it's like, I didn't think they would meet their demise. It's like yet again, you skip and like they wouldn't have had to show a lot. And obviously, like we get it, they all died. We're not stupid. However,
No, they didn't
We-
die. He let them go.
well, I thought that I didn't you say that they all died though?
No,
They're
he
like,
said, I didn't think they would have chosen
Oh,
to
that's right,
die
that's
because
right.
it was a bluff,
Yeah.
which is even worse. He didn't.
Well, then
kill them.
that sucks even worse then.
Yeah.
So the fact that
he's
they
he's
just let-
dumb too. He's not.
well the
He
fact
just
that
let
they let what's his face
Let it go, Alex. Just
Blackwood.
let-
Yep. Okay, so the fact that they let Blackwood just kind of go on with his barbarism, right?
Yeah.
Is an even worse thing to have happened as opposed to Damon killing them on the spot, which is probably what he should have done instead.
Damon should have killed him on the spot.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
Like,
it goes completely against his character that they built up in the show, regardless of what he's in the book. In the show, he's ruthless. At least in the first season.
Yeah, he
So what-
had like a brutal streak. I mean, this was a guy that was like cutting off dicks in episode 2 or something.
Yeah. Cutting
Yeah.
off heads and things. Alex, what were you gonna say? Just let it go.
Just
let
let
it
it fly,
out.
babe. Just
let your freak
let
fly,
it out.
fly, man. Yeah.
Not only
let the
does this
dragon
make him
soar.
look weak, it makes him look stupid.
Yeah.
Extra number 4 outsmarted Damon Targaryen. Like, what are we doing with these characters here, guys?
I was curious watching it. I was expecting Damon to kill them when he says that. Well, I need them alive, and is it because he's being desperate for an army? Because I wasn't sure about that. Because he does say like, these men, their loyalty is what I need right now. Because he needs to build a army. So just constantly killing them is not going to win anybody to his cause.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if I was reading that wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're reading it right, but what a stupid bluff. Like, they know you need it too. I mean,
yeah,
just
good
dumb.
point.
I mean, the moment Caraxus like kind of comes in frame in the background, and I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna get some fire, like some good Dracarys. Nope. Like his mouth starts to open there too, and I'm like, yeah, nope. Fuck you guys.
Nothing. Fucking low T. Good lord.
Nothing. But I mean, it goes against his character. Like, even if he needed these men, just killing these 4 would probably turn. There's a way you could write it where the rest of them would just
the other
kneel to
ones
him.
are like too scared to oppose you, right? Like that's how it works.
Just leave the charred bodies there as a message, or even bring them back to the other people, right? Like, hey, this is going to happen to everyone unless you bend the knee.
Yeah, there's this great scene in Firefly where Mal needs one of the guys they've captured to take a message back. And the scene goes, okay, I will let you live if you agree to take this message back. And the guy goes, no, I'll never bend the knee. So he kills him. And then they grab the next one and he gives the exact same speech word for word. And that guy goes, yep, all right, on it. I also don't know why all of a sudden everybody in fucking Westeros is this deeply principled person. Like the entire thematic of this entire series is that everybody is shit and the world is awful and everybody
great
is
characters are like
stabbing each other in the back for
complicated.
For one copper in the bowl. And all of a sudden the entirety of the Riverlands are filled with noble warriors who would rather die than give up their loyalty to some fucker who's 13 that they've never met before. It's bizarre to me.
Just, I don't know, go with the high tea guy with the dragon. I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough tea.
Yeah, and it's very weird to me that all of a sudden now, and I know they were leaving little member berries throughout the season, that it's obvious that Damon is trying to even upsir Rhaenyra too.
I hate that storyline so much. It's so silly. It's like, I mean, like, think of it like a game. Like, it's a Game of Thrones, right? It's like, okay, you've moved yourself into the best position. You went from being like nothing, and now you married Rhaenyra. If she wins, you're king, and you can do whatever you want, right? It's just like, that's like the thing with Rhaenys. It's like, okay, Rhaenys, okay? You had a child and she had children, and your son had children allegedly, and like that's how like succession works in a monarchy. It's like you get on your kid's team. You don't keep trying to push your claim because that's not how that works. It's just yeah. So the Eyrie. Man, I thought the Eyrie would have looked like so much cooler. Like the big, tall, like this is supposed to be like Gondolin or something, like big, tall spires, like mountains. Mountains.
Yeah, I expected
her dress looks like a Renaissance fair dress I could buy off Amazon.
I know,
yes,
right?
It does.
It does.
This was bad.
This scene.
She annoyed me.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, this is Lisa Aaron, but not Lisa Aaron. Like,
yeah.
You mean Lysa?
Lysa, yeah, right.
Yeah, I felt this was another scene that was just like, is this just to tell us that there's 2 young dragons and that they're safe
we
here?
Knew that they were leaving last episode.
I think it's quite literally they just wanted to remind us that this character exists because she literally her only role this season has been one scene where Rhaenyra told her to go to the Eyrie, and that's it. So they were just like, hey, she's not going to do anything for 3 episodes or 4 episodes, so we need to remind you that this bitch exists and is here.
Yeah. And then our favorite,
Yeah. Thought we were done.
Oh my
sadly.
God.
Suck! Get off the screen.
What about all those poor people in King's Landing?
Lady B, I found your Halloween costume.
There you go. Oh, beautiful.
Is she this prominent in the books? Like this much
No.
of Rhaenyra's right-handed person?
No. She kind
Like,
of
Yeah,
I
she's
find
not
it
in it.
weird
evil.
that she's hanging out with her husband's ex-fling.
It is really weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I
Is it
still
like
get
girl power, girl connection? I
Yeah,
don't
yes,
know.
Queen Slay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
women
like-
affirming women.
Yeah, there it
when
is.
they do
Boom.
that.
Yeah, they won't show us boobs anymore in the show.
No. Had opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also not a lot of these women are how do you say blessed?
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, who
I feel like Game of Thrones, a lot of the nudity, especially the topless nudity, were a lot of women that were well endowed.
Yeah.
And a lot of these women are very non-binary, kind of like flat, very just
Weird.
what is the
They
word?
use the word folks a lot.
Not
Androgynous.
uncanny valley, the
Androgynous.
yes, very thank you. That word. I feel they're very much like that. They look
Or just
very
like,
much
what
like
does this scene accomplish? Like nothing. Okay.
just to show that Rhaenyra doesn't know what she's doing. And she
Well,
needs to
don't
date
get
Or
caught-
she just
don't get-
cares about these people so much. It's like,
about
okay.
whispers and things that may happen because of words and like it's like stuff we already know. Like we already heard the townsfolk say and mention a black omen. We don't need her of all people to remind us of it. And I don't really think it. I mean, obviously, it doesn't happen in the book, so it doesn't really benefit Rhaenyra's character whatsoever. So it's like, why did this scene even have to take place? Cut it out.
Yeah, it's like what Alex says all the time. He's always saying it's like this show spends like the first like hour of it like just recapping what happened in the last 5 minutes of the last episode. Yeah.
Except we didn't even get an event that happened in the last 5 minutes of this episode. So I assume next episode they're just gonna like take a nap for the first 40 minutes.
We're still got 50 minutes left in this episode.
Yeah, then
Which
we're
was unforgivable.
yeah, and then we're going on the talk with Serena. You gotta go talk to your grandpa. Okay.
Oh my god. This bullshit. This is what happens when writers fall in love and from working day to day with an actress.
Yes.
Because they're all super sad that the actress that played Rhaenys is leaving. And so they feel like they have to give the actress a big send-off on screen. And they don't. It just gets real annoying real quick as an audience member when you see 5 fucking scenes lamenting the loss of Rhaenys. Like, do 2 and move on with your fucking lives.
Yeah.
No, and it just again, what information are we conveying? How is this moving the plot forward?
I think the only good things these scenes, I'm counting them with Nadia. They're like 90-second scenes, which is, I guess, the only good part. Like these aren't like 5 or 10 or 15-minute long scenes. It's 90 seconds. Next scene 90 seconds. At least that's the they're not dragging on in a sense.
I can agree with that, Blue Collar, like because but at the same time, there's quite a few of them that they could just cut out and just.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'm not disagreeing with Alex said.
This could have been a 45-minute episode.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
at least the only positive is like these scenes. They're not like they are dragging, but they're not dragging. If these scenes were 5 minutes long or 10 minutes long, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ! Like at least they're just quick 90 seconds move.
Yeah,
I
that
would've
scene could have
taken
been
NyQuil.
a hell of a lot shorter.
Instead of Dayquil. Make it more exciting. And Damon in his haunted house. Oh, wait, is this
He's
the
haunted.
Yes, this is the mommy issues scene.
Oh,
yeah, so
Oh
I
my
can't.
God.
We didn't see
show
any
it.
boobs here though.
Actually, there's no nudity though. Nadia.
There's no boobs.
Oh, I don't.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Oh, all right.
They gave us an opportunity to see mom titties and we didn't see them.
I thought I can't show the sexual acts though.
Well, I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
know.
I mean,
We'll
like
see
he's
where
like
the
going
thing
down on
stops.
her. Like obviously, they probably would skip
Yeah.
over that part. But like,
YouTube's always got a gray area with that stuff. It's weird.
yeah,
Also, At first, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Chris was
I
sitting
thought
next to
like
me.
it started with like Emma, Aaron, right? Like
and then when she called him son, I was like, "What?" That's when I text the group. I was like, "What's with the mommy issues?"
I don't know, but
It's like how girls call daddy, I guess.
Ew, that's weird.
We have officially crossed the Rubicon with this setup. There is now no functional payoff that can justify 4 fucking hours of Damon with his dick in his hand at Harrenhal.
I know, what is happening? Like, what is the end result? What is the end through line of this story? What's the point of it? Oh, he's being haunted. Like, I keep saying like the haunted thing from the bear. This is a part where like it's the end of the John Cena scene and you're like, this guy is just really annoying. I can't wait till he gets off the screen.
I'm kind of over the haunting, honestly. Like, we get it. She's screwing with his head all the time. Like, but I don't think you have to convey this every single time for periods of time, multiple times, every episode that he's still here, and like you said, like, is he going to be in Harrenhal for the 6, 7, and 8 episodes, and we're going to see more haunting crap? Like, it's just getting way too repetitive.
He doesn't have a house in the books.
No, it's not like this. In fact, like Alice Fears is more of kind of like a seductress thing. It's like, oh, he could be sleeping with her, and like she's just a very mysterious person. Like, I feel like they just kind of make her into some like weird person that thinks she's a barn owl.
I need to pin this as a comment afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. But
45 minutes in. So this is where they find out that Harrenhal has no money, which we already knew a couple episodes back. It was told to us. Yeah. And Damon, and he's like, "What will the queen put up a little coin?" And he's like, "I'll do it." Like, where's your money coming from, dude?
This is another scene that annoyed the shit out of me because we didn't need it. Mm-hmm. Damon, if they had money, there wouldn't be leaks in your roof, you fucking moron.
I know, right?
Yeah, he asked him too, do you have any more gold in your coffers? And like Alex said, you first walked in, the place is falling apart, man. If they were rich, this wouldn't be going on. Like,
yeah, I know. I always thought in the books too. I got the feeling that he didn't go here. It wasn't just himself. Like, he initially flew on a dragon, but then there were men too that came with him. But it does seem kind of stupid that he's all by himself out here, and there's nobody here even after all this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic U.S. military doctrine. We have all the airplanes and missiles in the world, but missiles can't hold territory. Mm-hmm. So
we got to put an air base here. That's kind of like what I thought that became, but
this is where he's whining about being called King Consort.
I'm like, God, this is so tiresome. Like, shut up.
Call me the king.
Stop.
Call me
he's
the
like,
king.
If Rhaenyra is queen, then what does that make me? King? Yeah, exactly. Stop right there. It's like, all right, dude. We get it.
He's eating too much of those berries and fruit at this place, man.
Yeah,
he needs to eat
with
steak.
his head.
Yeah.
Get out of this place. I don't know. Go to a Motel 6.
I was going to say, after the 9th day in a row of having horrific nightmares, I'm not sure I wouldn't have just camped outside.
Yeah.
Or like sleep near your dragon.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, sleep under your dragon. I don't know. Like,
or fucking commute to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a different castle. I don't know. Like,
no way they're foreshadowing. He's gonna. I read this in sarcasm shield. No way.
I know, right?
They're foreshadowing. He's going to make a play for the throne.
I mean, of course he's fighting for the throne. If they don't get it, they die. Come on. This is like.
Oh my god! And we're not even halfway through this freaking episode. There's 44 minutes left. All right, so we got small council discussing what they're gonna do next, and this is where Allison's like, "I'll be queen. I'll play."
I did it once before during a time of peace, woman. Sit down.
I mean, Laris makes a good point. Why would they put a queen on the throne when they literally turned their backs to Rhaenyra?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the checkmate at the table.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you, Larry's, for pointing that out, because if you made her queen, then it just basically goes against everything that you're using to justify why Aegon was king in the first place. So, like, I'm glad somebody has a brain that's functioning. There's two guys that are kind of smart in here. Like, ugh.
Look at that smirk on his face.
I know.
I was going to say, if you'll notice,
I do like that actor. He's
doesn't
cool.
say a single word during the discussion of who's going to be regent. And I thought that was actually pretty well done. I also really liked, I'm a big fan of the sort of long, slow steps with like the heavy footstep noise as you're about to do something dramatic. And I thought they did that pretty well as he walked from his end of the table to the other end of the table.
Yeah.
There were some heavy footfalls there that I thought was well done.
And she thought Christian Cole was going to back her up.
Yep. She knows, like, she's woman brain. Can't have that.
Even Laurie's too kind of turned on her.
I was going to say.
Not enough of those feet pics, I guess.
No.
Right? That's what you get for not giving him feet after your abortion last time.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he just gets right into it. Okay, where are our standings with the Riverlands?
Yeah,
Like,
all business.
Speaking of this garbage, this long, slow, painful zoom of her as she's having her little panic attack.
Yeah, she's just like,
oh my.
I love that scene. I love that part though, because it's you can just hear it getting like really
come up and
silence. It's like
she's realizing she's created a monster.
She's breathing hard. Like you can see like her breathing starting to get like heavier and heavier from her chest, and like she's freaking out. She looked like she was about to like cry almost, but
yeah.
You did this.
Someone cut down the fucking rat catchers. That's a
Jesus
good call.
Christ. Aemon gets in control for 30 seconds, and he's had more good ideas than the entire rest of this fucking season combined.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So this guy's obviously a dragon seed, right?
Yeah, it's you there.
With the blonde hair.
Yeah.
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 He is interludes. But like, I'm just gonna say this person is again like the White Worm, an absolutely horrible person. But nope, he needs a redemption arc. Give him that wife and that 6 daughter and like all this crap. And us small folk, man, we gotta fight for the proletariat here. Come on,
dude. She did not look good though.
See the dog following.
Oh yeah, the dog.
Good doggo.
The dog
to the end.
Poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she just wandering around this like pent up dangerous city with like nobody? She just walks up to him.
So was that I don't remember what his name is. Hugh a piece of shit in the books?
Yeah, he's awful. He's just like a very bad character, and he's going to do some very bad things, but I won't tell you. So.
Yeah, it's a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big.
Yeah, when I was on Zach's yesterday talking about it with you guys, I made the decision I'll wait till the show ends to read the books. Because it's going to be a while before the next season's going to be out anyway.
It's like we could tell you what page to stop on, but at that point, like
you'll want to read
it.
Exactly, you'll want to finish the whole book at that point, so it's tough.
I'm gonna get that, and then the next book I'm getting is the companion one or the actual dynasty of the Targaryens that they have.
Is it like the World
Blood?
There's like a huge giant book.
Yeah, it's not the companion to the lore, the whole lore. It's just to Fire and Blood. And
I think actually it's interesting because I think it's just basically the first half of the World book, but they added some new illustrations and stuff. There really isn't. I don't think there's that much new information.
I think I have it in the other room.
Always, Zax. Don't you know? Come on.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Zax, if you want to hop on for the last bit of this while we're talking about it, I'll send you a link. Just let me know in the chat. So I like how in this scene, she's like, I didn't give you permission to call me by my first name. Bitch, what?
That was funny though.
Bitch, he eats you out. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
blowing your back out.
Can't
For 2 years. What's the joke? You know, you can block me on your phone. Never mind. That's not appropriate.
Yeah.
His fucking puka shell necklace pisses me off too. don't know what's going on. I didn't used to be.
It's like he's a wannabe Julius Caesar, but he's obviously like the beta version of Julius
I know
Caesar.
he looks like Mark Antony in Rome, like a lot. They're really leading into it, but
I did like him telling her, it's like, after what he just saw in battle.
Yeah.
I mean, now I see it firsthand. We need a dragon ride to lead us after what.
Yeah. Thank you for
that's
speaking some
PTSD.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pussy is temporary. PTSD is forever.
Yeah.
The face, like I don't know.
Bitch,
He would look so much better, I think, if he just shaved.
He's got to do something
Maybe.
with his hair.
100%.
I didn't mean to click on that one. Jesus, shield wall.
Shield wall's a weapon.
I know, right?
By the way, dude, it's going off. I love it.
Dried up.
I didn't ask to be spared for what? Like all of a sudden, these
My
women,
name
we
is
don't want to
Speak.
fight. We don't want anyone to die. No, I want to fight. Like
I didn't give you leave to speak my name. What verbiage?
keep your wife's boyfriend name out of my
What
mouth.
verbiage?
Kristen Cole would
Why
have
are they
done a
locking-
little jerk off motion as she walked away. That would have been just incredible.
So long, gay boy.
Why are they locking everybody in? Just because they don't want people to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those,
'cause
Well, I mean, that's the
Eamon-
point of
Eamon
locking
gave that
people in. I'm
command,
sorry.
yeah.
This cold is skin in my brain.
There was one throwaway line in the previous scene that I wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah, Eamon said something about closing the gates because of the revolting that this like the folk are doing, right? Like complaining about the meat and the bread and the scarcity of everything, essentially. Like they're feeling that, like,
Oh, that was the one thing that
2024
happened
inflation.
in this episode is they mentioned, oh yeah, there's a blockade to King's Landing. But they never established that early in the show that Corlys was leading that. He should be out there. I think then there's a dragon. Oh, you know what? I think that's the one with the dragons that they didn't include Maelor Tiserian.
Mhm.
I remember correctly. I think there was a fight there. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I'm wedding brain here, but I'd have to look it up. But I do think that he's been doing blockading because he's an amazing admiral, and that was like the first thing that they did.
Which Hugh's daughter, there's a shot. I don't know if you could find it.
She looks dead.
Pause it. She looks pale as a ghost. Like it's just like she's gone. She's gone. Like either that or she's about to die. Like she's on the brink of death.
Right there.
Like
Yeah,
come on now.
Dead.
That woman
That's
is
like
dead. That's dead. Yeah, there's no way.
like she's like.
So I'm going to pose a question, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
I had a
Go for it.
problem that I had too many people and not enough food in my city. Can you explain to me why I would be trying to keep people in my city rather than letting them leave so I had fewer mouths to feed?
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
more so that they're worried they're going to be betrayed and go to Rhaenyra. I think
Yeah.
that's more so. More bodies for the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, oh no, now my opponent has to feed 10,000 women and children who are of no use in a battle.
True.
It's those
Whatever
resources.
shall I do?
Yeah, it's less
Sounds like
resources.
you need
that
to
the crown has
apply to be a
fill out.
writer for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't get this at all.
I agree with Alex. It makes no sense for them keeping them there for what?
Yeah.
I think it's just the writers think in a way that Aemon's like, okay, we're going to keep them in because we don't want them to go over to the other side. We need more bodies. Just like, I really think it's just that basic. They just haven't thought it through on it. So, because there's obviously men in those crowds too.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but I would think anybody who isn't shitty at fighting has now been conscripted into the army at this point. But
like with Hugh, he's building things for the army. So maybe some of these women are building things or doing things that not necessarily are fighters, but they assist in the assistance to war in some way.
could be, but at that point, I've got a list of what's your trade. Cobbler, cool, out. Blacksmith in, you're staying.
Mhm.
But anyway, regardless, it just annoyed me.
Yeah.
I thought this scene was stupid too, by the way. I thought aesthetically it's pretty, but I thought I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah, that battle with the blockades later on. But yeah, it's like, why don't they talk about the blockade? So like that could have been like a huge point to explain why everyone's freaking out. Oh, of course there's like revolts and stuff. Like there's a blockade and you can't get supplies.
Why is this fucker so short?
I know. Why are they sitting at they're at the bridge? Why aren't they just standing there? Like we're sitting at this table made out of a door. I mean, come on.
It looks
What is
so funny.
this like San Francisco?
And who gives him authority to just give away Harrenhal?
I know, right? Like he just goes there of his own volition. Yeah, I can promise you these things because we need this. And it's like you don't even like. Okay, Krieg Stark said, "Oh yeah, all the winter is coming, and all the old men are going to come down south because that's what they do because they don't have enough food to feed these old guys, so they go outside and go into the winter and die." And they're like coming, but there's no timetable for any of this. And how close is winter? Are the seasons changing? I don't know. So he's just basically going out and doing this thing to try to get this family on board, like when there's nothing to sort of, I don't know, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, I like the dragon out here though.
And I think they really, really just like showing these landscapes, and yeah,
I do get their money's worth.
It's a cool shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we're back at Harrenhal, where Damien's getting his hands dirty, which I was like, I like this. All right, man's not gonna just stand around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the shots though. Like during the day, like again, like kind of being able to see a little bit more of Harrenhal and like the destruction from Aegon. Like it's just really cool to see. And I mean, maybe one day we'll see it fall apart, but until then, we were just left with bits and pieces. Well, I like this.
Yep. All right here. This particular shot right here.
This wig, man, is tragic.
That is true.
On Alice.
Dude, yeah. We said her hair when Austin and I were watching this, I was like, something about her just visually throws me off, like the way she looks. And I'm not saying she's ugly. I won't be harsh.
It's her hair.
But it's her. I was like, it's something with her hairstyle that just bugs the ever living piss out of me. Like it just does not look good.
Yeah, it
doesn't fit her face.
Yeah, the wig is too far forward. It needs to be back on her hairline.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like it's a cheap wig. It's something like I've had a lot of wigs to cosplay, and it's like the really cheap ones. They have a bunch of hair in the front. It's not really like punched right. It kind of looks like that.
So, can anybody imagine Damon Targaryen from season 1 having giant bleeding blisters from swinging an axe for half an hour? What did they do to my
Excellent
boy?
Point.
Like, can we leave this guy with a modicum of dignity, or are we just going to strip him all away?
Absolutely not. That's not even where you get blisters from that. It's like I had a huge blister right here from gardening. It's like you're on the inside of the hand,
Yeah.
But yet again, it gives us a great opportunity to have them tell, oh, well, you're doing all these bad things to the small folk, and we don't like you because you're mean to the people.
I just took it as he was really bored. He's like, bored, I have nothing to do. Might as well get some work done because there's nothing else. There's nothing else going on in this freaking castle.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of just sitting around.
Yeah.
I think it's her chin, Nick. I think that's
it's kind of the chin.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm like,
chin in the brow.
The brow area is very prominent too.
That's like what Austin said. It's like it's her brow area. And I'm like, yeah.
Even her nose. It's very
That kind of prototypical witch look.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm your witch, Damon.
Yeah. They did a good
She's got
job
like
of
a Scottish
casting.
accent a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's basically saying what the Blackens have been doing to the
other
That's ones that come to fruition later, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That they're going in and stealing children and killing women and burning livestock and stuff. So instead of actually spending the money to show it, HBO's like, let's just tell the audience.
Yeah, this happens so often.
We're gonna so they do this 3 times. when he first tells the dude, hey, go do bad shit here. And then the third time is when they come and confront him. Like, they really think we are stupid and not paying attention to this, that they felt
maybe
this was
they're
needed.
stupid and they just don't, like, they think that's how we show that things have happened. I don't know.
I don't.
And here he is like, yes, I'm going to be king.
King and queen ruling together. Okay.
Yeah. She can join me once I take King's Landing.
I kind of like it on Aemon. He has like the kind of Habsburg,
Yeah, he got the Habsburg
inbred
going on.
royalty thing going on.
Yeah.
And even here, I kind of like it. Like, she's disconcerting to look at, which I think is what they're going for.
Yeah,
So, like,
more than likely.
but yeah,
Pulled her hair
I
away
think
from her
it's still
face. To be better.
It still brings to my point earlier about masculizing the women in this show. Not
Yeah.
having very feminine,
That's
curvy
true.
women in this show. They all have to have a masculine trait to them that kind of throws it off a little bit. Like, you're like, okay, they're not bad looking, but they're not drop dead gorgeous like Game of Thrones would throw at you.
I'm looking at the actress. Her name's Gail Rankin. I don't know.
that girl
Would or would not, Nick? Would or would
British
not?
as fuck.
I would not.
Would not.
Absolutely would
Strongly would not.
What's her
not.
name?
Hard pass.
Gail
Gail,
Rankin.
Gail Rankin.
Rankin.
I'll type it in
Let's see.
chat. Yeah.
She's like
Oh.
Draco Malfoy. If Draco
She
Malfoy,
does.
if Draco Malfoy was
Dude.
a dude.
No, if he was transitioning.
Oh, she's from Glow. That's where I know her from. She plays
I don't
the
think-
human she-wolf on that women's wrestling show from Netflix called Glow. Actually, the first season wasn't bad. After that, it dropped off.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else aside from this.
I heard Alison
Yeah,
Brie
let
gets
me
her titties
see.
out in that one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she was in Perry Mason season 1. Interesting. I don't remember her from that show. Though.
How's she younger than me? I just want to know.
So I'm saying,
That.
like, she's 34, and I'm like,
What? Right?
Damn, they hit her with the Viserys makeup.
Yeah.
she looks at least like 50.
No, even when you're looking at her, like whoever does her makeup for her red carpets and stuff, ugh,
Oh, yeah, I
it's
know.
not a good look.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like Grace Randolph. If she does, like,
I
she's like
see
a
it.
distant
I
cousin
You're
of-
not wrong.
I see it. Yeah.
I feel that. I don't know. I just had like my wedding makeup trial and I was like, what the fucking hell?
as long as you're not using Sharpie links of eyeliner around your eyes, you'll be good. You'll
I'll
be
be
good.
good. I don't know. The like caterpillar eyelashes were a bit much. I'm gonna have to buy some new ones, but I was just
Oh, I would just do not full strips. I would do just individuals and just have those added to your actual natural.
yeah. I don't know if this chick can handle it. It's a skills issue, and I'm just like, wow.
Oh
okay.
no.
I know.
Oh, they're really
it's
easy.
bad.
If you need help.
I
or
know. I'm
anything,
like,
I
not
can
even want to
lead you
come
the
to
right
my
way.
wedding.
They're really like I can do them to myself. They're like super.
I know. I
easy.
used to wear like falsies a lot too. I did like the half ones, but anyway, we gotta finish the
so-
show.
Shield Wall has a hot take in the chat.
Grace looks better than her. Oh,
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Wait, you're choosing between a blender and a dishwasher disposal? Like,
Oh my gosh!
And I
this-
Yeah, go for it. Lee. I'm like, come
why?
on, man.
Why
Man up a
did they
little bit.
just talk? This is like like talking in hallways. This is like just modern fantasy, talking in hallways, feelings in hallways, and it stems from like stupid teen shows that the people that writing the show probably watched growing up.
CW.
Yep, CW, talking in hallways. Okay, we're talking in an outside hallway. Cool. Back to the inside hallway. It's like, I'm going to die a dragon fire. That's so silly. Oh my God. Okay.
Is that
fucking
foreshadowing her actual death?
I have no idea
God,
because
I
she,
hope
like,
so.
in the book, she doesn't, she almost dies. And she's young in the book still. Like, her dragon isn't grown. She's not old enough to ride it. Like, she doesn't do anything really, but we need another girl boss.
Are we
Yeah.
seriously going to skip the line? what was it? The ruler of Driftmark must be of sea and salt, and
Yeah, I am fire and blood.
I'm fire and blood.
Jesus Christ, bitch! You've had one thing to do in this entire season, and you didn't barbecue Kristen Cole. Like, this line would have been stupid coming from Damon, much less this random fucking bitch who hasn't done anything yet. Like,
I thought about that. I was like, if she would have just followed through and honestly, like the one time she could have disobeyed Renee's orders and even just trying to cone them out and just going to the woods and just start breathing fire, right?
Yeah, set them on fire. There's no one around. They can't hit you.
You hear some horses like, scream and neigh or whatever, or you hear like some of the guys that were there like kind of, scream if they were getting burnt. Like then you could kind of go, okay, let me just start to weed them out even further and just start like zigzagging across the damn forest and start breathing fire everywhere and be like, hey, by the way, I killed Kristen Cole, so like we're good now. Like we got the advantage, and then like Rook's Rest might not have happened at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just I don't know.
You really needed Damon to walk in and be like, your fault that Rhaenys is dead. Never do that pussy bullshit again. And then she would have cried, and it would have been awesome.
Yeah, I should have just, he needs to be a father. It's his daughter.
Yeah, I think he forgot.
Fatherless behavior. Typical.
All of it. Motherless behavior, fatherless behavior. They're just all just like thrown to the wolves. I don't even think there's been a decent parent in this entire show except for
I know. I have a problem with that.
Viserys.
Yeah.
Viserys is the only one, and he wasn't even that great to begin with.
It was a crap.
His wishy-washiness caused a lot of this problem.
Yep.
By the way, I don't care what anybody says. She totally sent this guy because he was getting on her nerves.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's like, no. Why would you say
that? I would never.
It's like,
go spy on Daily to get the vibe out there.
By the way, we have 150 people watching. Most on X. Those on X, if you guys could come over to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. There is a poll going on. Who won this round? Team Black, Team Green, and Kristen Cole keeps failing upwards. Right now, Team Black is winning at 50%, Green at 30%, and Kristen Cole failing upwards at 20%. I mean, I don't know why everybody's not voting for him because he's definitely failing upwards. But yeah,
he's getting a redemption arc, kind of.
This is one of those things.
It was the sympathy episode for Cole,
right? This is one of those scenes that I think you're right.
I've seen a lot.
I'm trying to figure out what are the writers trying to communicate with this, because what I got was Rhaenyra hates being called out for totally justifiable reasons, and is now trying to remove the only non-yes man on her council by feeding him to Damon.
Yeah,
and I don't. Know if that's what they wanted me to think, or if they wanted me to think, oh, she's being diplomatic.
Yeah.
But either way, it's bad. It makes me hate her.
Well,
yeah,
because she doesn't send him to the book, or she doesn't send him to Harrenhal the book, right?
No.
So I'm like, did the writers decide to change this part?
Because we don't need no strong man on this council.
Yeah, because she has to assert her dominance of this because she's such a strong and capable leader. Like,
come on, Nick, get with the picture.
It's silly.
I'm such an idiot.
If you want the character to act like that, act like that. I'm like saying,
for sure.
Cersei. I mean, like, okay, yeah, she's arguably stuck in the patriarchy and a horrible job having kids allegedly with a man she hates. And what does she do? Just sit in there like mope around. I have no power. The patriarchy is so bad. Nobody listens to me. No, she has a network of spies. She's fucking shit up in the background. She's like backstabbing people. It's like if you're a competent person, you fight against it, or you're just a victim. And I think they like the victim being here.
That's an excellent point.
So I wonder how things are going to change moving forward when he actually goes to Harrenhal, because that's like essentially new territory, right? That we don't know what they're cooking or spoiling in the kitchen for us.
And he asked her, "Is there anything you want a message?" And she's like, "I would like to finish the conversation we were having." Like, that's not going to make this man run back to you, girl. Like,
I was going to say, but I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, Damon's going to be like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to go back.
Yeah, I want
to have that conversation.
I want an earful of that. Yeah,
can't wait to get.
Maybe he'll actually slap her. We all
so you want?
Slap her.
Let me mansplain for you a second. Hold on, Rhaenyra.
All right, so he's back at Harrenhal. He's waking up
again. I'm haunted. Oh yeah, get out of bed because there's angry villagers in the hall.
And they're like, you've like.
I like how Damon is like one of these old hippies who did LSD once. And like every once in a while his back will crack, have like a flash of it. Like,
yeah.
This part was silly too. It just seems so like, I don't know.
To see his dead wife.
Yeah.
Or ex-wife.
I feel like I'm watching a stage play. I think that's what it is. Like, you never see anything that they talk about. It's just they have to come in and tell you this. Like,
Shulwell makes an excellent point here. My God, the amount of scolding and chiding in this episode made me want to kill myself.
The Riverlands are an ancient place.
Thank you for the history lesson, strange lady.
Yeah.
So lesbian aunt that drives a Subaru, don't ask questions.
Oh, poor Damon. Damon's like leaning against the fire. Like,
I thought that was
shit,
Black Alley for a minute, and I was like, oh my God, if that's her, I'm going to die. Because, no.
That was a cool transition, I got to say. Like, from Damon having his right hand, to Rhaenyra having her left hand, like,
it's kind of cool shot.
Yeah.
But then what is this scene? Like, she doesn't do anything. She's just moping around. Oh, play with my
just
hair.
Getting her hair brushed.
More hair, please.
And then I didn't understand this part. So the White Worm sent her like maid, I guess.
She's trying to
maid.
go into the city for some reason. I don't even know where she goes because I'm like, she goes through here and then they show her like riding someplace. Like, where are they going? Who is this?
I don't know. I'm sure they're going to seize the means of production somehow.
Yeah.
I know. It's like you're in King's Landing. Like, where are you going? That there's no place like that. Who is she seeing? Like, we don't know. What is she doing?
No. He has to debate if he's going to be the king of or the hand of the queen.
And well, of course he will.
Hand of the queen.
Please. I mean, we need a man in the room.
Please bring some high tea, Corliss. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Aemon had some moderate tea levels here. Yeah, you're looking at the throne. Like, do they have to make, I hate this show so stupid and heavy-handed. Like, could it be more obvious what's going on here?
But it was so weird though, this scene, because Helena, even in the beginning of the episode, when they're carrying her husband brother's body in the like seemingly casket, she has zero emotion. She has a kind of blank stare, as she does here looking at her other brother, and it's just like, what did it cost you? It's like the throne, actually, but thanks for asking.
Yeah.
We're
worth it.
Kristen Cole alive.
Yeah.
He's still alive somehow.
And then calls out for her.
Yeah, it was cool seeing it with the captions on because he whispered "mummy."
Yeah,
it's spelled M-U-M-M-Y.
Yeah, I see that too. He said "mummy."
I think it's funny, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there like that are watching that don't know like what happens in the book, but even from like the last episode, people are like, wait, there's no way he's alive, right? And I was like, what if I told you he was? They're like, there's no way. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why the one side of him is not like.
There have been more evil people that have been left to live, unfortunately.
Because the makeup people saw The Dark Knight once and thought
Mummy.
Fucking Harvey Dent had cool makeup, and now
I mean, this
Fucking
happens in the
stupid.
book, but like it's more
Yeah.
like nobody really knows what happened to him. Like he just disappeared, and it's like, well, we don't know where they don't know where he went. They don't know what his health status. Like they don't know anything. And then Damon's like, you know what? I got to take over.
Yep.
I don't even really think they asked the council. He's like, this is just what's gonna happen. I
Yeah.
miss that energy.
He just evoked rain. He's like, all right, my throne, bitches.
Right.
And
Dude
this
should have
is
looked like
laying
a fucking overcooked chicken nugget, and instead he looks like
And this is laying the groundworks for the dragon seeds.
This is just like Game of Thrones because remember to get crossing, like Rob has to marry a Frey daughter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we have to do this with the Frey. So it's just setting this up. It's like, just why?
somebody needs to fucking fall on this grenade. Like, give it 2 or 3 generations, and we can have the phrase not looking hideous anymore. And like, trade in Westeros can go on. Like, so somebody needs to fall on the sword.
I just want to know what happened in Sea Smoke, because we got the taste of Adam, we've got the Sea Smoke, and then it's nothing for 2 episodes now.
Oh yeah, well don't worry, they're going and this part at the end, this pisses me off so much because they're gonna all like they're just going, we need to look at all of the ancestors of the Targaryens, and it's just gonna be a bunch of boring ass montages of all of the people that are vaguely like related to Targaryens.
The thin bloodline.
Yeah, it's a very thin bloodline, and there's not many, and that's totally not what happens in the book because, hey, guess what? There's a lot of people closer to home that can help out. But maybe they'll find that out. Who knows?
If they give me a montage of dragons just incinerating random people as they're dragged forward into a line, like, this has immense comedic potential.
Next.
Yeah, right.
Train the dragon.
Well, I figured.
No, I don't
we'll
think
go
it
around.
was Sea Smoke like Shieldwall. I think they were talking about Silverwing, and what was the other one?
Silverwing, Vermithor.
But Vernthor, yeah.
Vermithor. Those are the ones there, but they didn't say anything about Sea Smoke yet. So
yeah,
but they teased Sea Smoke.
Yeah, we saw Sea Smoke coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw, I mean, obviously we know what happens in the book, but I saw this screenshot a couple of days ago, and I thought it was going to be from this episode, but it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. Concerning another dragon, but which I won't spoil it because I was disappointed. I was like, oh, we might be.
Where's
heating up
Maelor?
again.
Okay,
And I'm
where's
like,
Maelor? Where's
okay, it wasn't-
Caesarion?
Yeah.
They didn't even have him in season 1. Like, what?
I mean, we got 3 episodes
Alright.
left too. I mean, I won't say I'm worried. I still have an idea of where the season's going to end, but it's still like
Nothing berries.
Yeah.
it's like this episode to me felt like a game of chess, right? There were moving pieces, but there were no pieces taken, off the board.
Sure.
It was like there's a bit of setup here. There's a couple things that are happening, some backtracking, some stalemates, but yeah, like nothing's happening. Like, but yeah, we just played an hour's worth of chess, and still, the efforts are still the same. No one's gained the edge. No one's taken more losses. It's just like post-war battle. Let's take a moment to, recess and kind of figure out what our next steps are. But to us as viewers, it doesn't really present a lot of action. And not to say that you can't have action in words or action in drama, but yet I feel like this episode wasn't that rich in those types of subjects. There were a couple things here and there, but again, like we said, like there were scenes in this episode that could have been completely removed and then trimmed down the overall episode. And I think you would have had, a better episode at that point that was a little bit shorter, sure. And we don't like short episodes, but we like better episodes in general that might be shorter. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I watched the trailer for next episode. I won't say anything, of course. And obviously I know not everyone wants to watch it, but like, I
don't know. Sometimes it doesn't
intrigued.
autoplay for us. I'll have to look it up for, what is it, episode 6?
Yeah.
It plays right after the episode ends. You just gotta pull the screen back. Well, at least for me, I have to click back.
Yeah, that's what I
into
did.
the
You have to go
credits.
go back to the freaking top left corner and be like, no,
Yeah.
get back there, and then start skipping forward.
I don't know.
But
Like, the two TVs that we have behave differently. So
Put this one on me.
I
I got frustrated at the lack of anything happening.
yeah, he
in this
ran off and he's
episode
like, "What the hell?"
Turned the TV off and threw the remote in frustration and walked off.
Just like,
I figure we'll go around, give our final rating and thoughts on it. So I'll start with you guys, Lady B, Alex. Your guys' final thoughts and ratings on it.
this is like so boring and horrible. It's like I have really no words. Like it's just silly. Like at this point, it's becoming funny. Like Damon just getting haunted. Like it's almost laughable. And then scene with the Hugh Hammer and his kid just reminded me of like that really horrible Wheel of Time show that we're always talking about. So I'm like, okay, this is just Wheel of Time level. Like that's so bad. Like this is like got to be like a 2 for me. Like this is so little happens and it's just a complete waste of an hour of storytelling.
Alex?
Somewhere between a 3 and a 4, truthfully.
Out of what?
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's one thing I cannot stand about a television show, it's when they don't respect my time. And I feel like this episode did not respect my time. If a 6 is average, maybe this episode looks better when I have sort of the full arc of the season. But at this point, I'm not sure if I were trying to reconfigure this season into something more coherent, that I would have kept a single scene from this episode.
Okay. Blue collar.
Yeah, I mean, everything Alex and Balefire said, it's pretty much on point. This, and so like Nick said, it's a very long episode. You could have shaved down minimum 15 minutes, if not 20 minutes in, because so many scenes were just being replayed with the same dialogue. And I agree with Alex. Like Damon, if you want to have that arc in Harrenhal, fine, but man, they're just really dragging it out. Especially after last episode, we've seen a big ass, battle sequence with Rhaenys dying and Aegon. But yeah, like I said, it's chess pieces. Not much is going on. So for me, damn sure the weakest episode this season. I mean, I'd probably go with like a 5 because I do appreciate some small things. Like we are seeing like the dragon head and like the aftermath of that, like people are starving. But even like Alex said too, it's like, man, why would Aemon keep these people inside the city for when they're just costing resources and just dumb decisions? So, and like this whole arc with Damon and the Switch, it's kind of dragging. But I'm still invested. But yeah, I would say easily not my least favorite episode so far this season.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, I think initially, right after the episode was done, I had a little bit of a higher rating, but obviously taking some time to legitimately talk about it with you guys and, kind of just contemplate more about what we actually witnessed over like the previous, like over an hour. It had its moments. It had some really cool shots. Obviously some shots were also a little flawed. There were some good dialogue parts, some scenes that were pretty good, but again, that probably only added up to about 30 minutes worth of the entire episode. And so if you only had a 30-minute episode, it would have been fantastic. But because you didn't, it drags the rest of the episode down. By far the weakest out of the 5 episodes so far this season. I think probably the weakest episode of the entire series was this episode. And yeah, I might be a little bit more generous and give it like a 6 out of 10, but like again, I think that's being generous. Like it might be, more in the 5 range for me. It's unfortunate because I know that this show has so much potential to be like top tier, and I think it still is overall, right? I think it really did just have a bad day worth of writing. Like I don't know who directed this one or who wrote this specific episode, but I really hope that person does not have another episode on because I might be a little bit worried at that point. And yeah, unfortunately, my phone was dead while it was charging, or while I was watching the show. Otherwise, I probably would have been on my phone. I was eating pizza though. I had a really awesome glazed pizza that I was just stuffing my face with. So like,
yummy.
I think that also kind of helped, pass the time by a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
I agree with all of you. I feel if this episode is what started the show, I would have tuned out 100%.
That'd have been rough.
While I did enjoy last week's episode because we had some action, you can't, and I understand you can't have dragons fighting every episode, but you can't just like go from that to, I thought we were ramping up. I thought last episode we were ramping up. We were going to get some war going. Let's see. And it fell back. It felt like it took 6 steps backwards. So I'm worried that this is just going to continue to go downhill. Yeah. I really would give this a 2 out of 10. I was bored. I was so bored with this episode.
Yes.
To the point where I was like, do we even need a stream to talk about this episode? Because nothing happened in this episode. But yeah. Well, I want to thank everybody. I'm gonna let everybody go around and tell me what's going on. First, you guys, Lady B, Alex, what do you guys got going on next?
I don't know. I think like I'm just gonna be on Zach's next week, and I'm gonna be with you. And then we have 13 days now, babe.
I was gonna say a major life milestone in
13 days,
2 weeks. So kind of
awesome.
Taking up a lot of the focus.
Yep, taking all my creative juices. We just built like cornhole games and a wedding arch. So I'm done with all of my fake flowers too. So
Nadia, make sure she sends you a picture of the arch. It's incredible.
Please do. Okay. I will tell you, as somebody who had to DIY, but from United States, and I got married in Italy. I understand the challenges you guys are going through. So, but once you guys say I do, all that stress will just melt off of you.
Like, I know. I can't wait. I'm just like, let's just get me to that day. We're fine. And
cool. Blue collar. Where are you next, sir?
Well, tomorrow, Lance. So, Outcast Chris, we're doing the same thing. I doubt I might hate this episode more watching the second time. So tomorrow, I'm gonna discuss this episode with Lance. Tuesday, we're doing True Lies with Arnold. I'm gonna redo rewatch.
Nice.
Yeah,
good great movie.
Yeah, and then Wednesday, Twister 2. Twisters. I'm gonna go do live reaction. So I'm looking forward to seeing Twisters because I'm hearing pretty positive things. You know what it is, guys. Especially in IMAX. It's just a continuation of Twister, but just bigger Twisters.
Yeah,
that's it.
Love it.
Yeah, so,
I love the original. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I just watched the original the other day actually because it was storming here, and I was like, Twister's a good movie to watch.
Especially the CGI still holds up, man.
It really does. It really does. A great cast too in the first one.
Yeah, man, the 90s, man, can't beat that.
Yeah. Sammy wasn't here with us tonight, but we are actually going to be covering the first Batman movie with Sammy tomorrow. So that'll probably be out sometime this week. So I'll be sure to post it on my YouTube. It'll be posted on X, of course, too. So if you follow us on X at Plot Strikes Back right here on the screen as you see it. Also, you can search for The Plot Strikes Back on YouTube as well as we start to upload more content on there. And we're figuring out which movie we're going to be doing with Kaida as well. But that might probably happen sometime next week. But more on that in the future.
Very cool.
Nice.
As for me, I'm supposed to be on Cannolis tomorrow to talk about Twister. I don't know if that's happening depending on what I wake up like. I don't even know if I'll have a Horror Tuesday out this week, depending on how I feel. I saw Longlegs today. I actually liked it so much I have to go back and see it again before I get a review out. So I will be working on that. I might be on Zach's again. I don't know. This flu has just been kicking my ass.
Just get better. Like, don't like go to sleep. Take care of yourself.
That's what I was like. If I take the week of just not doing streams and recording, maybe that'll help me. Better. Yeah, regardless if I'm pushing back. But I am seeing Deadpool next week. I do have tickets for that, so that should be exciting. But I will be back here. Huh?
That comes out Friday, right?
Yeah.
Next week, the 25th.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was better. Yeah, we're gonna be busy.
Yeah. So, Other than that, thank you everybody who's tuned in to the review. Really appreciate it. Sorry for being sick this round. This was a little short, but we'll be back next week. And I hope everybody has a great night. Good night, everybody.
Good
Cheers.
night. Thank you.